Have you ever felt heaven trying to warn you in ways you couldn't explain? A sudden dream, a quiet unease in your spirit, a whisper that says, "Be careful. God is speaking through this message right now." And Archangel Michael says, "This word is not random. It's a divine alert for someone who's been ignoring what their spirit already knows." Type 1111 in the comments if you feel this confirmation stirring in your heart, because what's about to be revealed will explain why you've been feeling strange energy around someone close, especially your sister. What's coming next will confirm what your heart already suspected, but your mind kept denying. You've been praying for clarity. You've been asking, "Lord, show me who's truly for me." And now heaven answers. God says, "Be careful with your sister, because sooner her words and actions will expose what's been hidden behind love that wasn't pure." This isn't about hate. This is about protection. You've carried a good heart, too trusting, too forgiving, and heaven is saying, don't mistake loyalty for blindness. There's a storm of jealousy brewing in secret. She may smile with you, but wrestle with envy behind the scenes. She's been watching your blessings instead of celebrating them, and heaven is preparing to expose that spirit, not to destroy her, but to free you. This is not a message of fear. It's a message of discernment, because when God elevates you, he also separates you. And sometimes the hardest test isn't from strangers. It's from the ones who share your blood. The Bible says in Micah 7:6, "A man's enemies are the members of his own household." And yet even in that, God promises protection. You're not being warned to hate, you're being guided to see. There's something shifting in the spirit realm. Her intentions are being revealed in dreams. Pay attention to what you see when you sleep. That's heaven showing you what your eyes refuse to notice when awake. God says, sooner than you expect, a conversation will reveal the truth. Don't argue, just listen. Because when the truth comes, it won't come to embarrassment, it'll come to release. You've been bound by emotional guilt, carrying weight that was never yours. Heaven says, stop trying to fix what I'm trying to expose. Archangel Michael stands beside you now, with his sword drawn not for battle, but for separation. He's cutting spiritual cords of manipulation and confusion. You will soon feel peace where there was tension. You'll feel distance, but it won't be loss. It'll be freedom. And here's the miracle. What the enemy intended for betrayal, God will turn into breakthrough. The silence that follows the separation will lead to your elevation. You're stepping into a new level of favor, and not everyone around you can handle that. Some people love you as long as you remain beneath them, but the moment God lifts you, their heart shifts. Heaven says, I saw the secret conversations. I saw the comparisons. I saw the jealousy you tried to ignore. You tried to keep peace, but peace doesn't live in pretense. And so, God will create peace through truth. It will hurt for a moment, but after the pain, there will be power. After the revelation, there will be restoration. Not with them, but within you. Do not fear what's coming. When she reveals her true thoughts, don't fight back. Stay silent, because heaven will speak louder than you ever could. The word says in Romans 12:19, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord." That means you don't have to defend yourself. God is already writing your vindication. The same mouths that mocked you will one day admit, you were chosen, protected, and appointed. This is not just about your sister. It's about cycles, generational patterns that heaven is breaking through you. In your family line, love has often turned to rivalry, blessings to bitterness. But through your obedience, that curse ends with you. God is raising you as the Joseph of your family, betrayed by those you love, but destined to save them when famine strikes. Do not let bitterness enter your spirit. Let wisdom guard your heart. Heaven says, step back now before the storm hits. Your absence will reveal more truth than your presence ever could. Because when you remove access, hidden motives surface. Watch how the energy changes when you no longer overgive. You're about to see who calls when you don't call first. Who prays for you when you stop sharing your blessings. Who celebrates your wins when there's nothing to gain. Those are your true circle. The rest, let God handle. There's a divine unveiling happening this month. Archangel Michael says the truth will not delay any longer. What's been hidden in shadows is coming into light. You'll hear a slip of the tongue, a sudden confession, or a mistaken message that reveals everything. Don't panic. That's divine timing. And right after that exposure, expect a shift. In your finances, in your peace, in your alignment. Because heaven never exposes without a purpose. Exposure is a gateway to elevation. What breaks your heart today will clear your path tomorrow. If you're feeling this message, if your spirit is trembling, it's because heaven is confirming it's for you. Type 1111 in the comments as your act of spiritual alignment. That number symbolizes divine protection and new beginnings. God says, be careful, but not fearful. There's still redemption possible. Your prayer can soften hearts, but don't confuse compassion with permission. Love her, but don't let her lead you into old pain. Forgive her, but don't ignore what God is showing you. There will come a day when she realizes what she lost. Your presence, your prayers, your peace. And in that moment, God will use your humility as her mirror. Heaven doesn't seek revenge. It restores through revelation. You're being called to rise higher, to see beyond the emotional fog and operate in divine wisdom. That's why God chose to reveal this to you now, before the next breakthrough arrives. Because that blessing must not be shared with everyone who carries unhealed envy. Heaven says, protect your atmosphere like a garden. Every seed I planted in you needs peace to grow. Stop explaining your destiny to people who are secretly hoping it fails. You owe no proof, only presence, and your presence is powerful when guarded by peace. Remember, God doesn't expose to shame. He exposes to save. To save your purpose, to save your heart, to save your destiny from sabotage disguised as sisterhood. And if this message resonates, lift your spirit in prayer right now. Lord, give me eyes to see, ears to hear, and the strength to obey without delay. Because obedience is your shield, discernment is your armor, and peace is your reward. Soon your story will shift. You'll no longer say, I don't know who to trust. You'll say, God revealed the truth, and I'm finally free. Stay close to heaven. Stay rooted in the Word. And remember, God will never allow deceit to go unexposed when your heart walks in truth. Like this video if this message spoke to your heart. Comment your angel number or your prayer request below. Subscribe for daily prophetic and angelic guidance. And share this message with someone who needs to hear this today. Because this revelation might save their peace too. The angels are watching, heaven is protecting, and your destiny is unfolding right now. Heaven continues to whisper, my child, pay attention to the shifts that don't make sense to your mind, but make peace to your spirit. What seems like distance is actually divine protection. What looks like rejection is heaven's redirection. The hand that once embraced you may soon tremble in guilt, because truth has begun its journey to the surface. Archangel Michael is still standing near, his presence strong, his sword bright. You've entered a season where spiritual clarity will cut through emotional fog. There are things you refuse to believe because love blinded you. But heaven says, I am removing the veil. For too long, you've carried silent confusion, pretending all is well while your soul felt the sting of something off. You felt unseen. You felt betrayed in energy more than words. You didn't know why every time you shared your excitement, peace left the room. God saw it. You laughed together, but in spirit you cried alone. Heaven watched as you tried to hold unity with one hand and wipe your tears with the other. But now comes the shift. Divine truth unfolding like dawn after a long night. God says, sooner than you think, her actions will reveal what her words tried to hide. But you, my chosen one, do not respond from pain. Respond from wisdom. Because heaven is not just revealing, heaven is reordering. What's being exposed is not to shame your sister, but to save your destiny. For if you continued walking blind, the enemy would have used that connection to block your next breakthrough. Listen closely. This is not just about family conflict. This is about spiritual positioning. You are stepping into an assignment that requires purity of circle and clarity of heart. The people near you must match your frequency, not your history. And though it hurts to detach, Obedience will bring healing faster than denial ever could. The Spirit of God is saying, do not chase who I am removing. Do not mourn what I am replacing. There is restoration on the other side of release. There's elevation on the other side of exposure. Heaven knows you've always been the peacemaker. You fix things. You pray over people who wound you. You hope until it hurts. But now, Archangel Michael stands as your defender, not to punish her, but to protect you from repeating the same cycle of misplaced loyalty. Pay attention in the coming days. There will be small signs. A comment that sounds innocent but carries poison. A conversation you'll overhear, or a message accidentally sent to you instead of about you. That will not be a coincidence. It will be confirmation. Heaven will not allow the mask to stay on much longer. The energy around you is shifting. The frequency of truth cannot coexist with hidden deception. You may be tempted to confront her immediately, but heaven says, be still. Watch what unfolds without your interference. Because what's being revealed is bigger than you. It's a spiritual battle between truth and pretense, and heaven is already winning it for you. Let this settle in your heart. Sometimes the people who share your last name are not meant to share your next level. God is doing this separation quietly, so that when your elevation comes, no one will claim they built what they secretly wanted to break. This next blessing is personal. This next miracle is sacred. And God says, I will not allow contamination in this covenant. Your sister's name keeps echoing in your spirit because heaven is trying to show you the part of her heart that needs healing. She has wounds she never confessed. She carries comparisons, insecurities, unspoken pain that turned into jealousy. It's not truly her you're fighting. It's the spirit that feeds on envy and hides behind smiles. You must pray for her deliverance, not her downfall, because when heaven corrects, heaven still loves. God says, your prayers are breaking unseen chains in your family line. This is bigger than one situation. This is generational. In your bloodline, sisters have envied sisters. Mothers have competed with daughters. Unity has been fragile and peace temporary. But you are the one heaven chose to end that curse. Through your discernment and your grace, divine healing will enter your family. Though it will begin with separation, it will end in salvation. You will be misunderstood for a moment. They may call you distant, cold, or proud, but heaven says, I am your witness. I see the purity behind your boundaries. The same people who question your silence will soon see your vindication. For the Lord is not a God who exposes without purpose. He exposes to position. He removes to restore. He breaks to rebuild. And as Archangel Michael guards your steps, no weapon formed against your peace will prosper. That promise in Isaiah 54:17 is active over you. Every gossip spoken against your name is being reversed in the spirit realm. Heaven is writing a new narrative, one where truth stands tall and deceit bows in repentance. You will feel a divine calm in your spirit soon. That's how you'll know the battle is already over. You may still see confusion around you, but within you there will be peace, the kind that says, God has handled it. When that moment comes, don't return to old conversations trying to explain yourself. Don't defend what heaven has already proven. Just keep walking. Every step you take in silence will echo in the realm of spirit as victory. God is turning this exposure into elevation. You will see doors open that were once locked. People who once doubted you will need your wisdom. Even your sister will one day realize the value of the heart she tried to compete with. Forgive her, even before she apologizes. For your forgiveness is the final key to your next level. This revelation may shake you, but it won't break you. You were built to endure emotional earthquakes and still stand in grace. You were trained in storms to lead others into sunlight. So, do not retreat into sadness. Rise in discernment. Speak less, pray more. Observe without reacting. That's how heaven wins battles, through stillness that confuses the enemy. There will come a night when you'll feel her energy trying to connect to yours, through memory, through guilt, through emotion. Don't resist with anger, resist with peace. Simply say, Lord, I release her into your hands. That phrase will unlock supernatural protection. For where surrender begins, miracles manifest. Soon, there will be reconciliation, but only after revelation. God will not heal what you keep pretending isn't wounded. Truth must walk in first, then restoration follows. And when it happens, your heart will not hold resentment. It will hold wisdom. You will love her differently, not with blindness, but with boundaries. That's maturity in motion. Heaven says, I am teaching you how to love without losing yourself, because your purpose cannot bloom in polluted soil. Every person in your next chapter must understand your peace as sacred. Every relationship that drains you will now be pruned. You will feel lighter. You will sleep better. You will smile again, not because everything is perfect, but because truth has set you free. And when you walk in that freedom, miracles will begin to follow you effortlessly. Financial favor will find you. Unexpected blessings will align. New doors will open in alignment with your restored peace. The weight you've carried for years, emotional, spiritual, and generational, will lift, and your light will shine even brighter, confusing those who once tried to dim it. So do not fear the distance. Do not fear the truth. Let it unfold. Heaven is not punishing you. Heaven is preparing you. And though the message was hard to hear, remember, it's not just a warning, it's a prophecy of breakthrough. What's coming next will confirm what your heart already knew, but couldn't explain. The peace that's returning to you is not random. It's the proof that heaven has taken over. If your spirit feels this word, type 11 or LAN in the comments. That number means angels are realigning your relationships for divine order. You're not losing anyone necessary, only those not meant to go where God is sending you. The story isn't ending in betrayal. It's beginning in breakthrough. Heaven is still speaking, beloved one, and the message carries deeper fire now, because the moment truth begins to reveal itself, the enemy grows restless. But God says, do not fear what is being shaken, for I am building something that cannot fall. You will soon see it, the shift in atmosphere. You'll feel it before it happens. Your sister's tone will change. Her eyes may tell stories her mouth can't speak. Don't react, just discern. You are not being called to argue. You are being called to rise above the noise. There is a reason heaven said, be careful. Not because you are in danger, but because you are in transition. Your spirit is maturing. Your purpose is expanding, and not everyone close to you can carry that weight. The divine light in you exposes what others hide. It's not your fault they feel convicted. It's your presence reminding them of what they haven't healed. Archangel Michael says, walk in quiet confidence. Don't announce every revelation. Just move with grace and let heaven make the announcement for you. Because soon, the same mouth that whispered against you will have to speak in your favor. Truth will compel confession. And when that moment comes, keep your heart soft, but your boundaries firm. God says, the next days will reveal who is truly sent to stand beside you. You'll notice small things. The silence when you share joy. The quick subject change when you speak of miracles. The forced smiles that fade too fast. These are heaven's clues. Do not ignore them. This is spiritual training. Heaven teaching you the language of discernment. Your blessing is near and it carries responsibility. You cannot enter your next level carrying misplaced trust. That's why this message came. To prepare your spirit, to shield your heart, and to align your destiny. Pay attention to this next line. It carries divine confirmation. You will not be betrayed again. This time, heaven will expose it before it happens. This time, you'll see the storm before the rain falls. And when you step back, peace will follow like sunlight after thunder. You've been asking God for a sign. Here it is. The tension, the unease, the sudden dreams. Those are not coincidences. That's heaven speaking through symbols, urging you to trust your inner knowing. The Holy Spirit never whispers without reason. Your sensitivity is your protection, not your weakness. And as you walk this path of wisdom, repeat this in your heart. I release what blocks my peace. I walk in divine discernment. I trust heaven's timing. Say it out loud if you can. Because when you declare truth, angels activate. Archangel Michael stands guard even now. He says, every false energy sent your way will return to the sender purified by light. No curse can touch a child walking in obedience. No deception can survive where truth has taken root. And soon, your sister, yes, the one who doubted, compared, and hid her heart, will come face to face with her reflection. God will show her not to destroy her, but to deliver her. Your silence will speak louder than any confrontation. Your peace will become her mirror. You are not fighting flesh and blood. You are breaking generational patterns of hidden rivalry. And when you choose peace, you choose power. That's how heaven wins battles, not through noise, but through light. In this divine transition, you'll notice something else too. People you didn't expect will start supporting you. God is replacing every deceptive voice with loyal hearts. There is divine substitution happening. Heaven never takes without replacing with better. So don't hold on to what's leaving. Make space for what's being sent. If your spirit is feeling this confirmation, comment below, I receive divine protection. Because every time you write it, you anchor the word deeper into your life. That declaration breaks spiritual interference and aligns you with heaven's plan. You are stepping into a miracle zone. The warning was not punishment, it was preparation. Heaven had to show you who was pretending before it showed you who was promised. And once the exposure is complete, blessings will flow without resistance. There will be laughter again, real laughter, not the kind you fake to keep peace. There will be reunions, genuine ones, not ones rooted in obligation. There will be love that doesn't compete, but completes. God says, this is the end of emotional manipulation. This is the start of divine maturity. You are no longer a victim of misplaced loyalty. You are now a guardian of peace, and your peace will attract blessings faster than your pain ever did. You will feel lighter in your spirit soon. That's how you'll know the message has taken root. Do not look back. Do not reopen closed doors, because what's ahead of you is sacred, and what's behind you was seasonal. If this word resonates with you, type "I'm ready for truth" in the comments right now. It's more than words. It's your spiritual agreement with heaven's plan. When you type it, you tell the angels, I understand the warning and I choose wisdom. Heaven celebrates obedience. And God says, because you listened, I will reward you with revelation and rest. The time of confusion is ending. Peace is returning. And the very truth that once hurt you will now heal you. Your spirit is protected. Your heart is guarded. Your destiny is unfolding exactly as heaven designed. Heaven says the shaking was never meant to break you. It was meant to awaken you. You are seeing the truth now, not because you are unlucky, but because you are chosen. Chosen ones don't live in blindness. They walk in revelation. And revelation always comes before restoration. God says, I removed your comfort so I could reveal their character. You thought you were losing peace, but you were actually gaining clarity. You thought you were being abandoned, but you were being anointed for the next assignment. Every disappointment you faced with your sister was not random. It was heaven's classroom. Through it, you learned to love without losing yourself, to give without being used, and to trust God above blood. Archangel Michael is whispering now, stand still. Do not chase reconciliation that God has not approved. Because some relationships are healed by distance, not by discussion. And in this season, silence will be your greatest weapon, not because you're cold, but because peace speaks louder than confrontation. Soon, the tables will turn, not in revenge, but in revelation. The one who doubted you will need your prayer. The one who spoke against you will seek your blessing. The one who underestimated you will witness your elevation. That's why God is saying, stay humble, stay kind, but stay guarded. The truth will soon unfold like a scroll. You won't have to search for proof. It will find you. The phone call, the message, the sudden apology wrapped in excuses, you will recognize it when it comes, not with anger, but with calm assurance. Because by the time they realize what they lost, you'll already be walking in what heaven promised. Do not fear this season of distance. It's holy separation. Heaven is cleansing your circle, and once the pruning ends, fruitfulness begins. You will bloom again, stronger, wiser, untouchable by manipulation. The Lord says, you will not miss your miracle because of misplaced loyalty. Every delay caused by false connections is breaking right now. Every spiritual blockage attached to envy is being cut by Archangel Michael's sword. And where confusion once lived, divine clarity now reigns. In this moment, declare this with faith. I release every hidden jealousy sent against me. I walk in peace, protected by heaven. Type that in the comments if you feel this message confirming your spirit. Every time you declare it, angels record it as a testimony. Every word of faith you type becomes a seed of victory planted in the atmosphere. God is saying, you are about to witness divine reversal. The one who secretly spoke against you will soon defend you publicly. The one who tried to block your path will end up watching you rise higher than they imagined. Not because you fought back, but because you forgave fast. Forgiveness is your secret weapon. It disarms the enemy and unlocks favor faster than revenge ever could. You will soon stand in places where your name was once rejected. Doors that closed on you will reopen without knocking. People who dismissed you will seek your presence, not because you demanded recognition, but because God's light upon you cannot be ignored. Your assignment is too heavy for bitterness. Let it go, beloved. Don't carry the weight of old wounds into new seasons. Heaven is writing a new chapter, one filled with peace, proof, and purpose. There will be a divine visitation in your dreams, a vision or symbolic image showing you closure. That's heaven's signature, confirming the cycle is over. When you wake up from it, say aloud, "It is finished." That will seal the healing completely. Archangel Michael says your name is being spoken in rooms of restoration. People are being moved by the Spirit to bless you, to defend you, to lift you. This is the divine exchange, where betrayal is replaced by blessing. Your pain is about to produce proof that God never left you. If this message is stirring your heart, comment, "I choose peace over pain." Because each word you speak releases healing waves through your spirit. Peace is your portion, favor is your birthright, and restoration is your divine promise. Remember this: heaven never ends a connection to punish. It ends it to protect. And when the dust settles, love will remain, purified by truth. Your story will not end in division. It will end in redemption. And even your sister in time will say, "God used you to show me the truth." God is already ahead of you. Every tear you cried in silence was recorded in heaven's book of deliverance. Every moment you doubted your worth is being rewritten as testimony. You will soon say, "Now I understand why that had to happen." If you feel this word confirming your spirit, type, "I receive my restoration," in the comments, because that declaration unlocks what's next. Peace beyond understanding, relationships that reflect heaven, and blessings that cannot be delayed anymore. Stay grounded in grace, walk in wisdom, and trust that Archangel Michael is still guarding you, clearing your path, cutting unseen cords, and guiding you straight into the fulfillment of every divine promise spoken over your life. You are safe, you are seen, you are chosen, and this revelation is not the end. It's the beginning of your breakthrough. Heaven says, now the healing begins. You've walked through revelation, you've faced the discomfort of truth, but now the light of restoration begins to touch your heart. You are not defined by the betrayal. You are refined by it. Every tear became a testimony. Every silence became a seed. And now, those seeds are about to bloom into divine compensation. God says, you will smile again without pretending. The heaviness that followed you is breaking off even as this message reaches your spirit. The same way heaven revealed what was hidden, heaven will now reveal what is holy. New peace, new love, new favor. You were not meant to carry the burden of confusion forever. God saw your sleepless nights. He saw you replaying conversations, questioning your own discernment. But heaven is confirming now, You were right to feel what you felt. Your sensitivity was divine intuition, not overreaction. You asked, why would God allow me to see their true side? Because revelation is protection. He didn't want you stepping into your next level surrounded by silent sabotage. So he opened your eyes. He saved you from what could have broken you later. And now, he is blessing you for your obedience. Archangel Michael stands at your side, his wings spread wide. He declares, every hidden attack against your peace is cancelled. Every curse returns to light. Every plan against your joy dissolves now. This is the hour of reversal, where pain turns into proof, where loss becomes legacy, where betrayal births blessing. The Lord says, forgive, but do not forget the lesson. You are not returning to old patterns. You are walking in wisdom. You are stepping into a future that no longer requires constant explanation. You owe no one access who refuses accountability. The next days will bring divine peace, the kind that feels like quiet mornings after heavy rain. You'll wake up lighter. You'll smile at small things again. You'll feel heaven's wind on your face and realize the worst is over. That's when the miracles begin to multiply. Opportunities will open in your favor. People will reach out unexpectedly to honor you, support you, or partner with you. And you'll know it's divine because it will feel effortless. You won't have to chase what's meant for you. It will find you. Your story is turning into a testimony. Others will one day watch and say, that must be God. Even your sister's journey will change. There will come a time when she will see your strength, your grace, your peace, and she will say, I was wrong. That moment will not be for revenge. It will be for redemption, because heaven restores all things through love. Do not carry resentment into this new beginning. You are not a victim of betrayal. You are a vessel of breakthrough. Your forgiveness activates divine justice. Your mercy releases heavenly favor. You've proven your heart, and now heaven will prove your reward. Repeat this aloud right now. I forgive completely. I release fully. I walk freely. Say it again until your spirit feels light. Because those three phrases are not just words, they're keys unlocking peace. Archangel Michael says, write your forgiveness in heaven's book by speaking it. When you declare release, angels record restoration. When you choose peace, you choose power. And now, heaven is instructing your next step. Protect your energy. Guard your focus. Only surround yourself with those who pray for you in private, not just praise you in public. The next season will require maturity. Your peace will attract envy, but your silence will disarm it. You don't need to defend your growth. Your glow will explain it. You will notice the light within you growing stronger each day. That's the mark of someone walking in divine favor. People will sense it before they see it. Doors will open without effort. Peace will follow you like a shadow, and every word spoken against you will now work for you. This is your restoration season. God is not just returning what was taken. He's multiplying it. Double joy for the tears, double favor for the confusion, double peace for the pain. If your heart receives this promise, type in the comments, this is my season of divine restoration. Because when you declare it, heaven agrees with it. Every typed word is a spiritual signature that says, I align with heaven's promise. And now, God seals this message with grace. He says, you are forgiven, favored, and free. You have passed the test. No more replaying what was said. No more overthinking what was done. It's over. The chapter has closed. The new one begins with peace. Heaven is rejoicing over your healing. Angels are preparing blessings with your name engraved on them. And your destiny is finally unfolding without interference. So breathe again, smile again, trust again, because what's ahead is far greater than what you lost. If you feel this word in your soul, type, I walk in peace and power in the comments. Like this video, if it spoke to your heart, share it so another heart can find freedom too. And subscribe for daily messages of divine revelation and angelic guidance. Because heaven says, your restoration has already begun, and no one can block what God has blessed. Heaven is not finished yet. There is one more wave of glory coming your way. God says, I am not only restoring what was lost, I am revealing why it had to be removed. Everything that confused you before is about to make sense. Every unanswered question will soon be a testimony of divine timing. You will look back and realize that even the heartbreak was holy. The silence that hurt you was heaven's language of preparation. The distance was discipline, the delay was direction, and through it all, God never left your side. Archangel Michael is speaking again. Stand in your authority now. Do not lower your vibration to match what hurt you. You are stepping into spiritual royalty, a season where your discernment becomes your crown. You've learned how to walk through betrayal and still bless. You've learned how to feel pain and still pray. And because of that, heaven calls you faithful. This is the turning point, beloved one. God is rewriting the final chapter. What once looked like loss is now becoming legacy. Your story will inspire others who have been wounded by those they trusted. You will tell them, I went through betrayal, but it didn't break me, it built me. Heaven says, you are the Joseph of your family. Just like Joseph, you were misunderstood. Just like Joseph, you were thrown aside. But just like Joseph, you will rise, not to boast, but to bless. You will feed those who once tried to starve your spirit. And that act of mercy will mark the moment heaven calls you restored. There will be signs of this soon. Unexpected messages of peace, a strange calm after chaos. You will feel the atmosphere shift. Heavy energy replaced by stillness, tension melting into grace. That's the sound of heaven closing one chapter and opening another. This is not the season to fight. This is the season to flow. God is saying, stay aligned, stay humble, stay focused. Every time you choose silence over reaction, angels move faster on your behalf. Every time you choose love over bitterness, heaven records it as obedience. And obedience always unlocks overflow. The rewards will not be subtle. They will be visible, undeniable, miraculous. The people who once whispered against you will witness your elevation, not because you proved them wrong, but because God proved you right. You are about to receive 3 major blessings in a short time. First, reconciliation where it matters most. Peace in the family line. Second, revelation. Divine clarity about your next purpose. And third, reward. Tangible proof of heaven's favor in your finances, relationships, and emotional strength. God says, this time, no one will steal what I've given you. The lessons have sealed the doors the enemy once entered through. Your discernment has become your defense. Your faith has become your fortress. And your peace, that unshakable calm, is your new protection. There is a prophetic phrase rising in the atmosphere right now. I survived to shine. Say it aloud, type it in the comments, and claim it as your truth. Because that phrase carries authority. It tells heaven, I'm ready to rise. And it tells darkness, you lost your hold on me. From this day forward, your light will expose lies before they touch your path. Your presence will carry the fragrance of peace so strong that chaos will retreat. Your prayers will open doors without effort, and your joy will return 7-fold. You are entering a prophetic reversal, where every loss brings laughter, every betrayal brings blessing, and every delay brings divine surprise. Archangel Michael says, the battle is over. Now comes the blessing. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. Heaven has already cleared your name. What was meant to harm your reputation will now become your recommendation. God is positioning you before people who carry honor, favor, and genuine hearts. These new connections will replace what was lost. They will love without envy, support without control, celebrate without comparison. This is your circle of destiny, heaven chosen, spirit-led, and heart pure. So lift your head again, smile again, walk with grace again, because your name has been rewritten in heaven's book of victory. If your soul feels this confirmation, type, I survived to shine in the comments right now. Type it as a declaration, not just an agreement. Because every word you release in faith sends ripples through the spiritual realm. Heaven responds to written declarations of belief. This is how you anchor your miracle. You are the testimony someone else needs to see. Your endurance is proof that divine justice is real. And your peace, after all you've endured, will be the loudest sermon your life will ever preach. God says you will never walk alone again. Your angels go before you, your purpose shines behind you, and your future stands wide open before you. This is your confirmation that the prophecy is complete. Not the end of the story, but the beginning of the miracle. Heaven is smiling over you. The angels are rejoicing for you, and your new chapter begins now.